EGM Network.
Treasure Coast Connector. Connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. This episode is partially sponsored by Libby Weissman and her team at Senior Transition Navigator and Luxury Homes of the Treasure Coast. They work with seniors and their families, providing a lot of different services like downsizing, decluttering, packing, moving, relocation, and more. For a free consultation, give Libby a call at 772-783-2800 or visit seniortransitionnavigator.com and luxuryhomesofthetreasurecoast.com. So Vero Beach, we're known for many things. We're a quaint, beautiful town, and there's a lot of things going on here. We're not too touristy, but we have great restaurants and shopping, arts and entertainment, golf courses, and of course the beach. It's great for families and seniors alike. When it comes to seniors, there is a luxurious community called Oak Harbor. And within that community for seniors is an assisted living facility called Somerset House at Oak Harbor. Joining me in the studio to talk about this beautiful place is Rhonda Hamilton, and she is the Communications Relations Director, and Gabby Ordonez, and she's an RN and an Executive Director. They have a lot to share today. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you, Helen.
Yay.
We're happy to be here.
Yes. I know I think it's been about your 70th time on this show or something like that.
Definitely not a novice, but nevertheless happy to be here with Somerset.
Not your first rodeo.
Not my first rodeo.
To this show, but I'm so glad to have you both here. Now, before we start talking about Somerset House at Oak Harbor, I would love to hear, and is it okay if we start with Gabby first?
Do.
I want to hear a little bit about your background and why you wanted to work with the senior community.
Of course. Alrighty. So I started in healthcare since I've been 16 years old. Wow. I always wanted to be in the healthcare field. When I was a child, I wanted to be a doctor. Mm-hmm. Then I learned about nursing. And I just love nursing because you get to be at the bedside. Yeah. So that's what made me go into it. I've been a CNA for... I was a CNA for about 5 to 7 years, working at bedside with seniors. And I've done some pediatrics in the past. It's not my field. Pediatrics is not my field. I fell in love with the senior community, and I always wanted to do something more for them. Then I went into nursing school, and that was my purpose, just to work for the community here in Vero Beach where, it needs a lot of help. Yeah. I've worked at the hospital for 2 years in cardiac ICC care. Wow. And I loved it. And when a position came open for Somerset House, I wanted to go back because I was a CNA there back then. And I said, definitely, I want to be there. That's home for me. So that's why I returned there.
Well, wonderful. It's a beautiful place. And how about you? A little bit about your background and why you love working with the senior community.
I kind of fell into it accidentally. I was actually, before that, a digital strategist, very heavily into media. And I was calling upon senior living communities, basically selling them, complete media packages, mainly online. And then I kind of got tired, post-COVID, you say, of working at home. Because, of course, when you're working at home, you're expected to do the laundry, the dishes, the cleaning, everything at home.
Oh, that's what I have a husband for.
Yeah.
What? So, no, just kidding.
So I wanted to go back out in the field. And so I did work at a couple of other assisted living communities prior to joining Somerset House. But few months now at Somerset House, and it is my home away from home. I absolutely love it. The staff is amazing. The best thing I can say about this particular building and this particular community is that the care is amazing. And why are we bringing seniors to an assisted living community? Because of the care.
Absolutely. And we're going to get into the care in a moment. But a lot of times when people hear assisted living, this is not a facility. This is a community. So this field, it has a resort feel to it. And sometimes people think, oh, assisted living, maybe they're going to be sitting in their rooms all day. And that's not the case. So I'd like for you guys to both tag team and answer this question together about what it's like for the residents and the team of people because it is a fun place to live. So why don't you talk about why it's fun, and if people want to stay in their room, they can, but they're out and about.
Yes. So I think, one of the main things is trying to find your purpose after you're retired. And we bring that to each resident that moves into our community. Mm-hmm. We're not an overall kind of retirement or assisted living. Instead, we're individualized to everyone's needs and wants. So yes, you want to be independent and you want to be in your room, that's fine. We will respect that. But you still can have access to, having your meals delivered in your room. You still have access to nursing, CNAs to go in and help you. But if you're more like a social butterfly, then you will have, access to have, activities and different residents to meet. There's a great community out there. And even, we've been told by families, by recent move-ins, oh, my dad would never play bingo. My dad would never do an exercise class. He's just not like that. Right. After a week being there, they're shocked. They're shocked because dad is working out. What happened to my father? That's exactly what dad is coming out to every meal. Dad is doing, workout, and same thing, with, we've had multiple stories that I can go beyond, but I've had a family member too tell me this is like booth camp. Everyone's just having so much fun. It's always a party every day.
Yeah, summer camp for adults.
Correct.
Yeah, kind of. I kind of like that analogy. Mm-hmm. And you're kind of like a social butterfly.
Absolutely.
So what is your take on all of this?
Our residents, they're spark plugs. They enjoy doing activities. They enjoy walking around, communicating with each other. There's movie time. There's arts and crafts. There's exercise, which I love. The exercise, and you could be, in a chair, or you could be standing, and you can still partake in the exercise. But the nice thing is that we have these activities, daily, multiple activities daily that they can, come and be a part of. Or like I said, if they didn't have to be a part of. So we don't push them. We encourage them, of course. But we have a great team, and Shayna does a great job far as activities are concerned to help each individual, basically do kind of their capacity.
Right. And she involves the residents in making the decisions. So we do have our community council meeting, and they make the choices. If it's too much bingo, then they'll switch it up to what they want. Recently, we started our Bible study, which was brought up by a resident.
Very nice.
So the residents very much so partake in what their, planned monthly activities look like.
Okay, very good. And I like that because for me, sometimes I enjoy peopling. And then there are times where I don't want to people, right? So that's why people then can make up their own minds how much they want to be out and about versus, I'm just going to hang back now in my room or even have a small party in their room.
Yes.
Hey, you guys come over. We'll have our own little, card game or whatever.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So now I want to talk about healthcare because you mentioned this as well, that there's different types of, I'm just going to call them medical specialists, everything from the CNAs to the RNs. So explain a little bit about what people can expect with healthcare, whether it's on site or how do they get to their doctors, that kind of thing.
Oh, yes. So inside the building, you will find always a resident care assistant, also / certified nursing assistant. They are the ones who help you with your ADLs, getting, your teeth brushed, getting, your food and stuff. Then you have
ADL, assisted daily living.
Assisted daily living.
Very good. I was going to make up. Ding, ding, ding. I got it right. Okay, very good.
Yeah. So that's what, they'll help you with in the daily functions. Then we also have a licensed nurse, practitioner nurse, and she's also over the direct care of our residents. She ensures the aides are doing what they're supposed to be doing, and then she's also very caring and handles all the medication. We also have med techs, they're called medical technicians, and they also assist all the residents with their medication.
Okay.
What's really nice about our community is that, well, we're small, first of all. We're only 30 bed.
Okay.
So we're very high focus on, their needs.
Yeah, this is a luxurious type of, that's why I said it's a small community, but it's luxury.
It is.
And okay.
30 units, and honestly...
30 units, it's something that we can really do that high focus on their medical needs. So as the registered nurse, what I do also is oversee that everything is getting done correctly.
Yeah.
We have nurse practitioners that come to the building that's actually covered by their insurance, so it doesn't have to be concierge. And so they don't have to be transported out.
So they can be seen on site by the medical.
Yes.
Okay.
And we have on-site dermatologist. So if they just need a specialty like that, podiatrist. We have also dentists that comes in the building. So anything that our residents need, we bring it in for them, so they don't have to transport out.
And they like that. They like that.
Yeah.
But when they do have an outside appointment, we will transport them. We will take them to their appointment, which is nice.
But they're spoiled.
They are spoiled. But that's the whole thing about this, is being spoiled, isn't it? I will say that one thing that differentiates us amongst other communities is that we provide all the care that's needed. We do not have levels of care in our building. So there's no base cost of the unit, and then we're going to add on X amount of dollars for each tier that goes up in care. We are all inclusive.
Oh, so it's kind of like a sandals resort.
Yes.
Yes. Maybe it's the wrong analogy. I'm thinking because it really feels like a resort style.
It feels like a resort.
We really charge one rate for our residents, and if they have declines, we don't hit them with more fees and more fees and more fees. Okay. So that's one thing that I love in my position, being able to let our residents know that, we're not going to be reassessing to...
That makes it a lot easy for not only the resident themselves, but the family.
Of course.
That's also...
It's a relief. And also,
big relief.
we have the extended congregated care license, meaning you can age in place. So if you moved in independent or minimal assistance, but you ended up needing more care, we will be able to provide that for you if you age in place, because that's your home. We would never remove you from your house. So we will take care of that. We work with outside agencies usually that help us, and we understand very well hospice care, if that is kind of the option people want to go to at the end of life. Right.
So
So we're very understanding.
To end of life.
Okay, well, very good. So Cindy is going to make me take a commercial break. Before we do, very quickly, what is the phone number and the address, please?
772-778-8181, and we're located in 1540 Oak Harbor Boulevard, Vero Beach, Florida, 32967.
And the URL is VB, short for Vero Beach, somersethouse.com, SOMERSET house.com. And with that, we'll be right back. We got to take a break. Stay tuned.
Thank you.
Hey, you! Host your very own show every week at Evergreen Media Network in Vero Beach. Go live to YouTube and Facebook with up to 4 people and your very own producer. Be heard on more than 15 podcast platforms and local radio. All you have to do is show up and talk. Your guests can join from anywhere in the world. It's easy to get started with the largest podcast studio on the Treasure Coast. Contact Evergreen Media to tour the studio.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Sofas, love seats, dining sets, bedroom groups in the latest styles and colors from Four Seasons, Braxton Color, Riverside, Hooker, Capri, Tommy Bahama, and more. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have anything you need for your outdoor living from Lloyd Flanders, Kingsley Bate, Brown Jordan, and Woodard, including a gallery of maintenance-free furniture from Berlin Gardens and Pollywood. Right now, during our summer savings event, we have lots of great half-price specials, including 50% off on all in-stock Universal Coastal Living collections. And all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Don't forget to visit our outlet and sales store directly across the street that is filled with name brand closeouts. And visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Are you opening a used car lot, pawn shop, a restaurant that will serve beer and wine? In the state of Florida, these and many other industries require a Level 2 live scan background check for clearance to work in your industry. A1A Fingerprints is your certified live scan source from Broward to Brevard. And if you're a medical provider, you need to be registered on the ACA web portal. A1A Fingerprints will help you navigate and comply with the law. Call 772-494-6556 or visit a1afingerprints.com. A1A Fingerprints.
Welcome back to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. I am with Rhonda Hamilton, Community Relations Director, and Gabby Ordonez, RN and Executive Director for the Somerset House at Oak Harbor. We're diving right back into the conversation. So we were talking about care of the people, but then the term respite care. That's a very important thing, not only for the person, the senior themselves, but the family members too. And there's something unique about the respite care, the type of services that you offer.
Very much so.
So you take this one.
I sure will. So one thing that I've learned working in other communities in the Vero Beach area and working at Somerset House at Oak Harbor is that we offer, yes, you could hear me say it, daily respites, which is so unique because we can actually help families that are going on vacation, let's say, and didn't want to, inconvenience their parent to come with them, then send them to a beautiful place where they're going to, have all of the care that they need. They're going to have, the delicious meals. They're going to have the activities, and they're actually going to have a great time themselves on a daily basis. So we can actually take respites from day to day to a week to a month, and there's no penalties in doing such. So it really is true respite when the caregiver needs a break, which is so important as well.
Yeah.
To have that ability to do a daily respite. Most communities will do 30-day minimums and even turn away that.
Interesting, because sometimes somebody could have a surgery and maybe they're happy, they want to live at home, but before they go home, they need just a few days before they feel confident on their own, a day or two. So, and that's actually a really good way for them
to bridge the gap, basically.
To bridge the gap, but then to check it out for themselves, because maybe shortly thereafter they might have to, move in because they don't want to be at home any longer. But that does happen to sometimes with surgeries and things. They might need a day or two.
We call it the transition period. So they're transitioning back to their home, and they also try us out. Most of them love it and end up turning permanent.
Oh, okay. Okay. Very good. Very good.
But to know that, you can go away for a long weekend and not have to worry about, your mother or father being at home, or, like I said, in between the surgery, being the bridge is really important for the community as a whole to know that there is help for you.
Yeah, that is good, especially, for the family members as well. We spoke about how much fun it is, but let's talk about amenities at Somerset House. Go over them a little bit.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So each room has access to a patio. I would say there's only 2 that don't, but they also have access to some other views that are very pretty. Our patios are locked in, and they have nice fountains where people can take their walks during the day. Also, it becomes included with 3 meals a day. They also already come in with the care. So even if you're not at a certain level of care, because we don't do that, we already have the aides checking on you.
Okay.
We also have the activities. We have, the theater room. We also have salon on Thursdays.
Get your hair did.
Yeah,
very good. That's very important. Men and women.
And if you're still, out there doing a lot of sports, we do have our exercise classes. But if you want something bigger, since we are affiliated with Oak Harbor, you can sign up for the membership to play golf. and
Thank you. I was going to ask you about that.
Yes,
because
golf
they're
and
known
also pool.
for their golf course at
Correct.
Oak
The
Harbor.
golf and pool. So all of that, we will help you arrange that. We have actually, I would say 25% of our residents are club members. So they still, go out there. They have dinner at the clubhouse. They, play golf. They still get in the pool in the summer time.
Yeah, you have your own pool, but then there's the pool at.
So we're it's the same pool.
Oh, it is the same pool.
It's the same pool,
okay,
but we're again united with them. So.
Oh, very good. Very good. And then, you know what, before we even started talking, you were talking about the age range of the residents, and you mentioned one of your oldest residents. How old?
We're very proud of our 107-year-old resident.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. But she's still very independent. And I know when she moved in there, she was 102.
102 when she moved in. Okay.
Yeah. And she's doing great. She's still independent, and we're all shocked. And she's already planning her next birthday party.
Yeah. So. and then there's other people that are also over 100.
Correct. So our age group ranges between 80 to over 100, so 107, but we have, 101, 102, and they all are doing great.
Yeah, and I think it's because sometimes they say, sometimes somebody might say, oh, I don't know if I really want to go into an assisted living community. But then once they move in, it's like they have this, just a refreshing of life, so to speak.
You find a new purpose.
Yeah, everything is being done for you as well. So you're cooking, you're cleaning, your medication, maintenance, everything that we provide, just being able to flourish, without having all of those things to worry about.
Life stressors, so to speak.
They go away. And they're excited to be there. They're happy. We have residents wanting to wake up every morning. They're like, what do we have in the calendar today?
Yeah.
That's kind of what, we
they don't have to do the humdrum everyday stuff that I pass along to my husband, which is why he watches the show. Oh, I'm going to be in so much trouble. Okay, so now another thing is, what can a new resident expect when they come in? They take a tour with you, Rhonda, and they're so excited. Then what happens during that transition? What can they expect from that?
Oh, we're very fast. So usually when, they take the tour, they tell Rhonda that they love the place, and suddenly, she schedules an assessment. Now, our assessments are done within 24 hours. Doesn't matter if it's a weekend, if it's, night, we will do them right away. As soon as we do the assessment and, they qualify, they're happy, and we just go ahead and, ask what is their period. So if they're really in a rush of, let's say, getting out of the hospital for the for recovery or transition period, we will have a room ready for them that same night. If they're looking for something more individualized, where they want to set up their room to their favorite color, to their, their favorite things, accommodated with their own furniture, that's fine. We will, they'll give us a timeline, and we will have things ready by that time. So usually, 5 days. And yes.
Wow, Cindy.
And we have big screen TVs for everybody too, by the way.
Oh, yes. Very good. Good to
That's
know.
Included.
Yeah, so Cindy says we only have 2 more minutes left. So you know what I'm going to do very quickly? I'm just going to segue to saying, because Libby Weissman is, as you know and love, she works with seniors, and the work that she does is amazing.
It is amazing.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. Yep. Yeah. So it is seniortransitionnavigator.com, luxuryhomesofthetreasurecoast.com. If you've been in your house for a while, she's going to help you with figuring out the downsizing, decluttering, packing, moving, relocation, sale of your home, all of that. Her number, 772-783-2800. She is a wealth of information. Highly recommend that you reach out to her. And then I want to segue back to the seniors. Food is important. So talk about the food. Food can be ordered in. They can go out, but you have an on-site chef.
We do, right. And she's wonderful, Cherie. Food is amazing. Everybody loves the variety that they're receiving. And yes, we can actually take the meal to the resident. Sometimes not everybody wants to come out to the dining room, but we do have a beautiful dining room with the nurse's station kind of in the middle.
Okay,
just so that we
good.
can, keep an eye on for, anything that could arise during mealtime.
Right. Okay. So that's wonderful. And then if somebody has preferences or food intolerances, allergies, all of that is dealt with.
Even
Absolutely.
specific diets.
Okay. So then vbsomersethouse.com. And what is the phone number?
772-778-8181.
And with that, thank you, ladies, very much
Thanks
for
for having
being
us.
Ellen.
here. And I'm Ellen Contreras, host of Treasure Coast Connector. Until next week, I miss you already.